Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aiman Balkis binti Muhammad Fazli, and today's presentation will be on my design of the Rehabilitation Center for Endangered Marine Species, which in my case is for commercial fishes. So here are all the presentation boards. So before jumping into the design, the site for this project is located in the vicinity of Kuantan, Pahang, which can be seen in the key plan. From the location plan, the proposed site is situated near Kampung Hijrah and Echerok Paloh Beach. All the proposed site for this project is located right beside the beach and subsequently the sea. The site that has been assigned to me is Site A, which is quite far from the main road but the closest site to INOSEM Research Center. So from the site plan, the circulation inside of the site can be seen. Once you enter the site, you will immediately see the parking spaces to ease the visitors. There is also a loading and unloading bay which is quite secluded and hidden from the public's eyes by the trees at the site. So moving on to the site synthesis, the vegetations available at the site will be utilized as natural shading device. Besides that, the foundation to be used will be raft foundation as it is suitable for the soil type near any beach area. Grasscrete will be used for the parking areas to reduce the amount of heat produced by using the typical tarmac. Big windows and openings will be placed facing the sea so as to maximize the spectacular view and to help capture the prevailing wind. A small water feature will be placed facing the sea, which acts as an infinity pool to create a sense of continuity from the building to the sea. Apart from that, studies have been done beforehand. For the precedent studies synthesis, which are retrieved from CRAM Foundation and the Blue Planet Aquarium, lab and hatchery or aquarium will be placed closer to each other to ease the work of monitoring these fishes. The centralized spatial planning will be used in the design whereby the spaces will be connected by one central space. As for the case studies, circular fish tanks will be used to ease the movement of fish in the tanks. For the foundation system, raft foundation will be used for this building as it gives even load distribution and easier to construct compared to piling foundation. So based on the information gathered, the concept I've chosen for my design is centralization. This is because out of the precedent studies I had done, the centralized spatial planning which can be seen in the Blue Planet Aquarium stands out the most, whereby it eases the navigation in the building. It concerns on the first-time visitor of the place as well so that they won't be confused once they enter the building. In addition, the central space which binds or connects other space can act as a focal point or a meeting point as well. Besides that, the centralized way of moving in the building also somehow imitate the movement of groups of fishes when they are swimming in a tank. Now we move on to the conceptual sketches. The center is obtained by using the axis of the site. From that on, spaces will be allocated surrounding the center in line with the concept centralization. The space is then refined into different sectors which shows the repetition. A linear shape is then added as the spaces here does not require the best view in addition to utilizing the elongated nature of the site. An inward curved line is added to distinguish the entrance of the building as centralized organization is usually non-directional and the entry must be specified. Not only that, the curved line creates a welcoming feeling at the entrance. A mean of separation is then added in the middle to distinguish the private and public area. So before planning the allocation of spaces, site zoning is taken into account. The area which faces the road is considered public area, whereas the area which faces mainly the trees is considered as private area, and the area which faces the beach is considered as semi-private area. Now here are some of the earlier conceptual models. So moving on to the bubble diagram or the spatial planning. Here we have the ground floor of the bubble diagram. When we look closer, the circulation and integration of concept can be seen. The exhibition area in the middle acts as a focal point to further ease the navigation. The spaces are divided according to the users, whereby the ones in the public zoning will be the public areas for the visitors, and the ones in the private zoning are mainly functional and for staff. On the first floor are also mainly for staff. So moving on to the floor plan. From the ground floor, when one enters, they will immediately see the hatchery through the huge window. They will also be able to see directly the exhibition area at the center. A timber fence are used behind the reception table to further separate the private area from the public. The lobby is a double-volumed area to enhance the feeling of welcoming when one enters the building. The water feature by the end of the timber decking will create an illusion of infinity pool to have a sense of continuity to the sea outside. Although cafe is open to public as well, it is located near the private area for the ease of loading and unloading at the kitchen area. On the first floor, services are located above the aquarium tanks on the ground floor. Here we have the office and staff lounge utilizing the view as the staff spend most of their times here. The middle area and the lobby are double-volumed area. Now we move on to elevations and perspective. Here we have the southwest elevation, in which the facade uses big windows to enhance natural lighting and ventilation. The buildings are also slightly elevated from the ground. Then we have the northeast elevation, where we can see the center part is fully open to allow the prevailing wind coming from the sea to enter the building easily. Next we have the northwest elevation. Here is one of the exterior perspective. We can see the curved wall to create the sense of welcoming. On the hatchery area, we have a small skylight, particularly for the juvenile fish, as they need sunlight in the process. At the same time, it is shaded by the roof to prevent overheating, as Malaysia's weather is unpredictable. Next, we have the southeast elevation. Apart from that, we have the first section cut, which shows the view towards one of the exhibition tank and the hatchery. Here we have the timber fence mentioned earlier as a mean of separation between the private and public area. The service area on top of the exhibition tank will be using glass wall in order for people to see and observe the process of servicing the tanks. The concept of centralization can also be seen here, as it is located at the center. The next section cut shows the view towards the beach. Here the concept is visible through the central opening area, which overlooks the beach and the seas. From this exterior perspective, the water feature can be seen on the timber decking. So here we have the interior of the cafe and exhibition area. From the cafe, it can be seen that people can sit here and enjoy their meals while enjoying this spectacular view. From the exhibition area, we can see the timber fence, the exhibition area with the glass service wall and the openings towards the sea. Next, we have the construction detail, whereby the building will be using I-beam steel structure. This detail is taken from the I-beam column. The I-beam steel structure is situated on top of the rough foundation through RC stump. A plate will be placed on top of the RC stump, and the I-beam column will be anchored to the stump. The connection between the I-beam column and beam is bolting and welding. The roof, on the other hand, is using the space frame structure system. Now here are the models of the building. And here we have the structural models of the building. Here we can see the mezzanine towards the double-volumed area of the lobby. Last but not least is the architectural lighting. So here we have the spaces in the cafe and exhibition. So the techniques used is general lighting and localized lighting, whereas the methods used will be recessed lighting and suspended lighting. The energy efficiency approach is by using timer, in which light timers can be installed to ensure light being used only when needed. Switches can also be installed more than one, which restrict the lighting with the area used. That is all from me. Thank you very much and Assalamualaikum.